module sections of the police substation has just arrived. The first trucks arrived on site. The crane arrived earlier this morning. So right now they're going to take that first section, lift it into place.
We're here in Allison Hill, right off 15th Street. We're right near an area which we're calling Mulder Square, which is an area of intense economic focus for the city. Just down the street, there's all sorts of new construction underway. There's going to be literally scores of new affordable housing units. We've rehabbed a lot of properties in the area. But we knew that whatever type of economic development investment we were going to make in the area, we had to also make this section of the city safer. And early on in conversations with the commissioner, we focused on taking this site, which used to be long ago a police substation, and completely revamp it into sort of what you're seeing here today. We have an entirely prefabricated, state-of-the-art community policing station. It's being delivered in 4 tractor-trailer loads. Here comes the 3rd load right now. And it will literally be hoisted by the crane, put into site, and put together today, all by 1 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll have the site pretty much done. At that point in time, they've got to do internal finishing, hook it up to the water and sewer line, all those things, and it will be handed over to the city. Right now the date is February 11th. So we'll actually be able to get the station up and in operation over the winter, which is a very positive thing. This is going to be the home base for our community policing contingent, which is doing fabulous things in the community. In fact, they were just out yesterday, about a block away, with the pork producers of PA, handing out holiday meals for people in this very neighborhood. There's been a lot of investment made in building community relationships, and that's really what the substation does. It helps take our police out of the downtown, situating them in neighborhoods, a little less intimidating perhaps for people to stop by and to talk to an officer, and will, we believe, be part of a long-term strategy of making Harrisburg safer. Our police department's doing a great job, but this facility, which is costing over $1 million, is going to help make them do an even better job in Harrisburg.
actually puts us back into the community. Instead of officers having to drive all the way downtown to do reports and all kinds of other things, puts us much closer in the ability to do our job in a more efficient manner.
This is District 5, and the whole area is changing with the Mulder Square project 2 blocks down the street. I just believe, that this here new structure will just bring more stabilization to this area here. And I think that you're going to see a major renovation, a major change throughout the whole city of Harrisburg.
Community reaction, what have you been hearing to have the substation?
Very positive. I mean, this area of Harrisburg has always been a hot spot or a high crime area. In fact, if you look at all the mapping, and we have a crime analyst on staff, this is one of the areas that we knew we had to focus on. We've been committed to focusing on it for the last several years through saturation patrols. Crime has gone down in this area, as in the city generally. But putting the substation here in this hotspot, we think is strategically a very good thing, and we know the neighborhood groups appreciate it. When it was announced a few years ago, it was very strongly supported by the local neighbors, and I think people are excited to have this presence, along with all the new construction which you see just a few blocks from here, which is going to bring new people, new activity, new commerce to South Allison Hill.
Why the choice to have them already made and brought here?
So that was mainly a financial consideration. It was a $1 million project already. We originally looked into the possibility of renovating the old structure that was here. It just wasn't able to be up to standards. This new building, has a Kevlar wrap. I mean, it is state of the art for policing, but and much better than a renovation. When we looked at new construction, the concept of building it off-site and having it assembled here really appealed to us. The police literally got to, sort of work with the architect to design the project, and it was bid out. And basically, this was a cost-competitive way to do it: build it off-site, deliver it, and assemble it on-site. It's paid for. The city council has appropriated the money. It's already been paid for. So this entire phase was a combination of city funds and federal dollars, which also went into it. About $1 million. There is a second phase that has not been funded or even really fully proposed to City Council yet, but we gave them a little heads up that would be coming over the past week. The second phase basically involves increasing the parking lot and the footprint beyond what you see as the fenced-in area, and that's something we'll be talking about in the new year, but it's not something that is required to get us up and operating in February.
What would that cost me?
It depends on acquisition costs and other things. We don't have the full budget prepared for that. Yeah, yeah. We'd like to expand a little bit and allow us to do even more here by expanding the site.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you said that the city turned over to the city on February 11th. Is that when people will be working here?
Might take a little bit of time to bring the furniture in, but the construction crew will be done and literally handing us the keys on February 11th.
So what else has to be done after everything is installed here?
So today they will literally be putting the 4 pieces together and making sure that the shell is weather tight. But there's still interior finishing that needs to be done. There's still hookup to the water and sewer lines and electrical hookups and other things that have to be done. But that can all happen in relatively quick order, and we are excited to be able to take possession in February.
Okay, can you tell us more about that partnership between Harrisburg Police and schools?
There will be more on that. That is an initiative which Commissioner Carter and Sybil Knight-Burney, the superintendent, have been working on, especially in the aftermath of recent events. I know they're planning a joint announcement, so I don't want to step on that. I was just saying that the Community Policing Corps, which will be based here, is very, very active in the schools already. That's been a positive development, and I think they're going to be doing even more things.
Do you guys see putting more substations in other sections of Harrisburg like this to be successful?
There has been talk of that. This is a substation, not to be confused with a full-fledged precinct or a much larger facility. But when we announced this, we did announce that we are looking at sites in Uptown, and we'd like to consider maybe a full precinct in Uptown, which would basically replace having our main police housed in the downtown. That's still in the planning stages, but I think that is the long-term goal, and you'll see more about it in the city's 5-year plan.